to do it. Okay. Yeah, I was having a problem there for some reason. I only wanted it to be vertical, which is just garbage in my opinion. But I'm going to flip the camera around here so that you guys can see. Come on now. There we go. So we're going to be picking this guy tonight. This is the final member of the guards for the Warhound Titan. Lovely 3D printed axe, helmet, and back piece from the Great Lord of Skulls, of course. As you can see, we've got most of like the base colors down, so now it's just going to be the fun part of making this guy look good. So, haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm just going to kind of ramble on about things going on in the background while I start painting this bad boy. Hopefully we get a couple people to join us. It was, as always, somewhat last minute, and probably a lot of people didn't get a chance to know we were going live, but that's fine. It's fine, it's fine. So, yeah, first thing I probably going to do is probably just going to do like the black washes. I do that for the white armor in between the white and the silver trim that I do on the white parts. And yeah, should be pretty good there. So we've got another reveal show coming up. And I don't know, I'm not too like terribly excited or hopeful for this one. I don't have like a strong feeling that like we're gonna get something massive, or something at least massive for me or the factions I play. I don't think they're gonna show off like a refresh of the Demons range, or a whole bunch of new Kroot models. I guess the one thing that could be exciting from this one coming up is there is the potential rumor of a new kill team that could be involving Vespids, which would be, of course, very welcome. Anybody that likes Tau and Tau auxiliaries will like that. And for most Kroot kitbashers that do all Kroot armies are very happy to make some flying Kroot to represent Vespids, of course, as Vespids are being the only other auxiliary. You might as well include them in your kitbashed Kroot force. And that's actually a unit that I don't have, so that might be the kick in the butt I need to finally go back to my original Kroot army. At least, make something for it again. It's been quite a while. I think the last unit I would have finished for that would actually be the Tau, or the Kroot Hammerhead that I made there, the one tank for them. Which, if I remember right, I think was pretty well received. But yeah, other than that, I don't have super high hopes. It's always cool seeing like the new Horus Heresy stuff and whatnot, but as I don't play that game, it's not, life-changing for me. I would love to see more Primarchs come back. I think Valrak was saying that there's a chance we get a new, Ascended Demon Angron for 30k. Which I don't know, like, I'm here for it, obviously, a World Eaters fan, but it's like, how do they make it different enough when they just put out the 40k version of it, right? And if they make it so much cooler and better, won't it just kind of feel like a shame if you're somebody that bought the 40k version, and it's like, obviously it'll be more money because it'll be like resin, probably, the Forge World resin. But, if he's going to be your big main centerpiece model, I know a lot of people wouldn't mind or would want to shell out the extra money for the way cooler model, right? So, I don't know. I don't know how they make them like much. I don't know how they make them like different enough to justify, right? Like, obviously they'll do a different pose, but he didn't really change a whole lot between 30k and 40k, at least in his Ascended Demony form. It's the same guy. So I don't know. I'd be more excited to see. I think other people have said this too. Like a lot of the legions are still missing characters, especially um, even a lot of like just the basic characters, like the praetors and whatever they're called. A lot of legions don't have them. Like I don't think World Eaters has them. Like we have Karn and we have non-demonic Angron, but other than that, I don't think they have any. There's no like praetors. We do have the one unique Contemptor Dreadnought, but I think everybody has that at this point, and we don't have a Leviathan one, only a Contemptor one. So definitely some room in 30K for World Eater stuff for sure. Yeah, it's a little trickier. If you don't have Nuln Oil, if you just mix a bunch of water with some normal black paint, it works just the same, and then you can actually control you can control like the darkness of it. Obviously, a lot easier. More water is going to be lighter and more runny. You need a good quality paint for it though, like one that has a lot of pigment, or else it just makes it look kind of dirty, which I mean can be a vibe too, but maybe not what you were going for. So I'm just going and like recess shading all the little spots with this. It kind of looks like crap right now, but by the time I'm done, you add a little bit of brown into it. You add some streaking. It just makes the armor look dirty. I call it like the white armor or the off-white armor for my World Eaters. I call it like the toasted marshmallow method. It's kind of what it reminds me of when it's all said and done. Could make a tutorial on it at some point. I'm surprised with you guys. It's not 2 in the morning. Nobody's watching yet. Usually there's a couple people awake at this point. Yes, we've got all that done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little tiny piece of sponge, and I can flip this around and show you what's what. Show you what's good in the world. So here's our dude here. You can see it's very messily recess shaded there in all the little spots. All the little places. Now, we're going to take some actual black paint out. Don't need too much for this. Take our sponge, get some black paint on there, check it on the napkin here and see how she looks. And then I'm just going to do a couple spots where you would think the armor would get a little more dinged up. His elbows, his fists, his feet, just kind of the edges of the armor. And this will kind of be like our armor chipping effect. You can do it on the red too. Just a little bit here and there. Yeah. And then in each of those spots, we're going to take a little bit of the Seraphim Sepia Wash. Just a little bit. Mix a little water with it. Doesn't need to be too dark. And this is going to be our armor streaks. And you can do this from each of the little damage spots that we just made. And any of the parts where like the bits of the armor like overhang down, and then obviously like water would naturally like drip off of that, so you would get your little rusty or dirty spots, or any of the little creases in the armor where a little bit of that stuff would collect naturally. You don't want to go overboard and ruin your whole white paint job, just a little bit here and there. Do some of it in the recesses of the silver trim. Just darken those up in a couple places. White is super hard to paint if you're not going for a dirtier, battle-worn look. Like if you're just going for it to be really clean and nice, I salute you, because that would be a lot harder. for sure than what I'm doing here. This isn't too bad. It's not bad. Just makes it a little more interesting than just the plain white armor. Actually, a spot where I missed doing the silver trim on one little spot on the back. But yeah, that looks not bad. Gonna go and we're gonna switch over to our reds, although it looks like I did already start the highlighting and that's at least somewhat done. We gotta do something with the shoulder here where the spikes are. I think we can make that a little more interesting. Thinking what we might do is we might get a little bit more of our black paint here. Where the spikes on his shoulder armor are. Hit that with some black and then hit it with some silver. It'll look like the armor has started chipping a bit. It's always a good effect to do on red. It seems to work really good. Not all the other colors can you do it. But yeah. Good times, good times, good times. As always, welcome everybody. Even though this is but a small man I am working on here, it is towards another little step towards the big old Titan. Goal is to get it done before Christmas, but I don't know if that's maybe a little too optimistic. I might be asking a little much of myself with that. Not 100%. Very good. That looks a little better. Flip this around, show you guys what's what. There's our boy here. Hey, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Starting to look pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah, that's the final. It's the final guard for the big old Titan. So he's more like the leader of the little group, or the whoever's in charge up there. I don't think he would be maybe not a full-on lord or whatever, but definitely up there. You get to ride on a Titan for fun. I think got to be somebody somewhat important. So spiky. Okay, it's looking not bad. Now what to do with the axe, because I think that's maybe a little bit plain. Probably a little bit plain. Probably should have done part of it silver that I've already done with the bronze color, but we can fix that in a moment. I needed some of this anyway. Do. I know a bunch of you weirdos like to actually go back and re-watch these videos, or watch these videos after they're done. I don't know why, because they can't be very interesting. I would think the whole point of watching the live video is to be watching it when it's actually happening, but yo, Penguin, what is good? What is good, brother? Long time no chat. Haven't done one of these in a hot minute, eh? Terribly busy. Terribly busy. I forgot. I just got the silver out, and I forgot what I actually got it for, which is I missed that little piece of trim on the back here. Gotta get that. Yeah, what's new and exciting, Penguin? You working on anything right now? Still trucking away on your guard and Thousand Suns? Have to say, I was excited to see the notification. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I need to get back on doing these more. I always feel like I have to do it when I have something like more interesting to ramble on about, and then like lately I just haven't. But I should just do them more. Trying to afford a night. Ooh, is it gonna be a chaos night to go with the Thousand Suns? Because that'd be pretty sick. You can get that. What's that Psyker night that they make? It's called like the Abominant, I think. Be good times, good times. Ugh, I didn't want to right now, but I gotta mix up some more. From my, the bronzy color I do on my World Eaters is a 50-50 mix of Warplock Bronze and Auric Armor Gold. You mix those together and you get that good, I don't know my colors very well, like bronze, brass kind of deal. But it looks good. I like it. I need a little bit more. Thought I was done with that. I hate painting metallics just because they go on weird, but must be done. It must be done. I think I just missed a message. Loyalist for the Guard. I already have an Abominant. Oh, perfect. Nice. Nice, nice. Knights with Guard is always very cool. I don't know if it'd be up your alley there, Penguin, but have you seen the guy? His name is Taro, the model maker. He has a shop. They're not 3D prints; they're actual real models. He makes really, really cool bits for knights of all shapes and sizes. He makes really, really cool bits for them, like different head options and weapon options. He makes things to make them like taller or make their arms longer. All that kind of cool stuff. I've bought a couple little things from him before, like for kit bashes. I was very impressed. I don't know if that'd be something that's up your alley, so then you can maybe have more options for your night or whatever, like if it doesn't have all the... Because I think the new kits these days, they don't come with all the gun options like they used to. They used to just make like a Questoris kit that just came with everything. And then they stopped. They got greedy. They said, oh, you want your knight to have a flamer? Well, you better buy the flamer knight then. Oh, you want your knight to have a whatever? Battle cannon? Buy the battle cannon knight. I think I've seen it, but the Knight Lancer options are some... Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, you're getting a Lancer, though, so that's pretty mint, though. Vallejo Airbrush Metallic Paint is the best metallic you can get with airbrush or by hand. Yeah, I think once this round of GW paints are at the end of their life, I think I'm going to more fully experiment with Vallejo stuff. Because I have, that's all my airbrush paints. All my airbrush paints are Vallejo stuff. And I've been very, very happy with them. So I see no reason why I shouldn't, give more of their stuff a chance. Like you said, the metallics and stuff. So I think I might. I think I just always was of the mindset like, oh, GW, they're like the bigger company, so they must be the best. But they certainly, it's very hit or miss. Like some of their colors are phenomenal, and some of them just seem to never really be very good. I love a GW wash. I love their washes. Some of their other paints have always done me good. Their Thousand Suns blue. Their Thousand Suns blue has always been my favorite blue. It's worked so well for everything, and every pot of it I bought has always been very good and like lasted a long time. Been like a very good consistency. Like I think it's the one of the white, like the White Scar white, is like known for just being terrible every time. But that blue is always good. But yeah, I'll for sure have to check those out. Vallejo paints. Working away. Yeah, Penguin. I don't know if you've seen in the other videos, but you're gonna get your name on the big Titan when it's finished. I have not made the banner yet for it, but I'm thinking a between the legs banner. Possibly one up on its back somewhere, but I am starting to actually kind of run out of room up there with the guards and everything else I have up there. So I'm thinking a between the legs banner, like what the Knights do. And I'll be able to fit you guys all on there pretty easily. So you'll be a part of history, the coolest Warhound ever made. It'll be good fun. Good fun. I'm super happy with how that's all. I think the legs would work well. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'll make it out of yet. There's a lot of options. It just depends how I want it to look. Like, because it's a World Eaters one, I could try to make it look like it's like flayed skin of enemies or whatever. That wouldn't be too hard to do. But if I want it to look like it's, like actual cloth or whatever, I'll have to make sure I get the right stuff. I know, what's his name? What's his name on Instagram? It's a guy I follow on Instagram. He's really good at making banners out of some sort of metal. I don't know if it's something he's buying that's meant for that or what. I'll have to find him and reach out. I almost fell for what I think was some kind of scam over Instagram the other day. I'm a nice guy. I always answer every message I get, like if it's people or whatever. And some guy was asking me to. I was kind of confused. It might not have been a scam, but then just how he was asking seemed sketchy. Wanted me to like support his like his new clothing business or something, but then the link to it was like asking for my Instagram username and password, and so I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. We don't do that. Let that be a lesson to you, my young Padawan. Man, I'm just assuming because of our shared interests here, Penguin, but how fucking excited are you for all the new Godzilla stuff coming out lately? Because I am pretty hyped. That new movie from Japan is supposed to be just awesome. It's coming to North America, I think, in December. I think it's December 1st. It shows up here. Apparently it's like award-winningly good. And then you've got the show, which I think has now already premiered or premieres very shortly. And that's supposed to be really, really good too. So we're spoiled for Godzilla content. I'm a huge, huge Godzilla fan. I'm not going to say that I could like recite the name of every single creature in it or whatever, but big fan. Oh no, it's a gap in his nerd interests. Yeah, I mean, like when I say I'm a big fan, like all of the recent movies, and the shows and stuff, I've watched all that. I'm not going to say that I watch the old, like, Japanese puppet ones, religiously or whatever, but they were fun when I was a kid, for sure. I watched them. Now, a little bit, they're pretty cheesy looking. But it started a love and an interest in that world, or that genre. So you're going to see in the new movies, so that's good enough. Apparently that new movie is really good, so hopefully we're not disappointed. I forgot to keep talking about what I'm doing. I'm just highlighting his like little pistol pouch here and stuff. Just the little scratch marks on the leather and stuff. Those little details on his little things here. Oh, I did it. Did the old brush lick. Cancel me. I fell asleep last night on the couch watching the first season of Futurama. I was staying up doing like laundry and whatever. I threw that on, friggin' passed out, and I woke up and the whole season had went by. But that's a good show. I like that. What about Invincible, Penguin? Invincible on Prime? That's some good superhero shows if you like that stuff. You're into that sort of thing still? Well, a lot of people are pretty over the whole superhero stuff, but I like those shows. Those are good. The one thing is this guy, the mask or whatever from Lord of Skulls here. This one doesn't have, like it's not meant to have eye lenses. And like an idiot, I didn't paint the face underneath before putting the mask on, so now I'm trying to jab some paint through the eye holes. It's a little bit difficult. I missed a message there. I think Invincible is good, but not my favorite. Yeah, I like it. I like The Boys too. I like a good like dark superhero movie or show. Not sure here. Maybe I'll get you guys' opinion here. I'll flip this around real quick. So here's our boy now. Do we think that I should bother trying to do some sort of like glow or like blue in his eyes? Like on all my World Eaters, I do the lenses blue, but this helmet doesn't have lenses. So it's just like his skin underneath. But should I try to still have like glowing blue eyes or something, or no? And then for his axe, do we think I should do hazard stripes, like yellow and black hazard stripes, or just red? But yeah, he's coming along. I probably won't have him finished fully this video, but like another half video I could probably get it done. There we go. There we go. I'll let y'all muse on that for a moment, and I will finally throw some paint on his backpack, because I forgot to do that. Need some bone color. I'm looking forward to painting the actual Titan itself. I think it's going to be a lot of sponge work, because I've already laid out all the colors with the old airbrush. So I can just go and do all the highlights with sponges. Make it look really, really battle worn, damaged and stuff. Oh, I think I saw a message there. I think the glow would be cool. I finished the first Cyphus Kane book, and I realized that the book is the origin of like 50% of Kroot Lord. Yeah, because didn't his parents get eaten by Kroot too? Like, isn't that why he was able to join the commissar like school anyway? Because his parents were veterans that died in service or whatever. But yeah, and it's funny because if I remember right, his parents died to Kroot, and then they also, or he doesn't hold a grudge against them either. Like, he's a very like reasonable kind of guy, and isn't like xenophobic at all. He's even like he's worked with the Tau and stuff, and like done like peace treaties with them and stuff. I should read those books. I know they were quite good. I'm actually reading the Plague War series right now, or like, is it Plague War? Is it Indomita? Whatever it is. It's like when Gilliman's like just woke up and then the Death Guard invaded Ultramar. It's okay. I think if I remember right, people were always saying that like the last books in that series, like when some of the big events happen, are a lot better. Like the series started kind of rough and then it got better as it went. But I'm just reading the first book right now, so this might be the one that people say is a little bit rough to get through. It's not bad, it's just a lot of like the Imperium is just like so good and so winning against like the Death Guard and stuff. And it really is like, oh, this guy is the best because he's a Primaris, and his new Primaris muscles are so much better than the old Marine muscles. Like, they're just really like make Primaris like so good, and they kind of just win because they're Primaris. And but also Ultramar is like getting destroyed, so I mean they're not infallible, or infallible? Words. He says that his parents were eaten by Kroot, but the Inquisitor says that it could be a complete lie. Huh? True. I just watched a video on him where basically it was like the whole like meme that he's like a coward. The whole meme that he's a coward like only comes from him saying that he's a coward, but then through his actions you can see that he's actually not. Like, he's like, oh, I sure hope they don't put me on the front line, like I don't want to have to do anything. And then they're like, but then he's like charging into a gene stealer nest to save his friend or something. Like, basically the video pointed at, like, showed how he is in fact brave, and he is in fact a hero, and he is worthy of the praise that he gets, even if but it's he himself that is the only one that thinks that he like doesn't deserve it or whatever. So I'll have to read those. I'm saying all this stuff like I know all about him, but I literally just listened to one video. I like him. I like a good commissar. I like Commissar Yarrick too. Armageddon boy. The grumpy Armageddon old man. Ol' One Eye if you go by the orcs. Let's paint up some trophy racks. The line, if I had only known what was to come next, I would have never gone further. Is like every page. Yeah. Couldn't pay me to read a Space Marine book. There's some good ones. Like Hell's Reach, the Black Templars. It's really good. Some of the Horus Heresy books are really good. Some of them. There's some good ones, but yeah, there's a lot. Like this one, I would say, definitely is more in line with like we are the best because we are Imperial Space Marines. Do. Like, but the reason I'm reading it is more for that the cool lore at the end when like because Gilliman like dies, like Mortarion kills him and then like the Emperor has to like possess him and burn Nurgle's garden and stuff. Like I wanted to read about that stuff because it seemed pretty like a pretty interesting for like the setting and stuff. But I actually we were talking about this stuff because I just about finished my newest I actually had just finished my newest video that's going to be out probably tomorrow, and it's about it's my favorite duel in all of 40K, and I've never seen anybody else really talk about it too much. It's from the Night Lords omnibus, and I'm not even like I think the Night Lords like look really cool, but a lot of their lore is kind of like them just being like emo edgelords and like kind of just being dumb. But the Night Lords omnibus makes them really like relatable and cool. And it's a duel between a Night Lords character called Zarl and a Genesis Space Marine captain, I think he is. And it's really, really cool. It's really cool how he wins because he wins in like such a cool like Night Lords way, like basically cheating, but like in a cool way to win. If you haven't read it, I mean, I won't spoil it right now, but I spoil it in that video. But yeah, I'll probably call the video there. This guy's almost done. There's a couple little details and stuff to do. I haven't painted his gun or his axe. The skulls aren't quite done, but yeah, undecided with the glow, just because I'm not sure if I can get the brush in there good enough to not make it like just like a mess. It might be more of a mess situation for sure. But yeah, I'll call it there. And like I said, I won't spoil that, but if you haven't read it, read the Night Lords omnibus because they're really good, really cool way to really humanizes the traders in a way. Like they're still for sure evil, they're still for sure doing bad shit, but it's like they've got some good points, and it really shows how you're like why is it so hard for the trader Marines to like do anything? Like why is it so hard for them to do big campaigns and like win and do stuff? Because it really shows how like the Imperium, for all its faults, has all this infrastructure. It has like whole Mechanicum worlds to churn out ammo and weapons and armor for the Space Marines, whereas the Chaos Space Marines don't have that. They are very, very limited in where they can get their resources. Like most of the war bands don't have even a single planet supplying them with stuff, so all they have is what they can steal or what they can like bargain with other groups for. They're constantly running out of ammo. If their armor gets broken, they don't always have good replacements for it. They don't have talented human crew members to maintain their ship, repair their ship when it gets broken, maintain their armor and fix their armor and weapons. Like it's really hard for them to do stuff when they don't have that infrastructure. And I really like that it showed all that. It showed like what a hard, like scrappy survival they have to do, like the little war bands, like Abaddon's like big Black Legion and stuff. That's a bit different, but you read about how like, oh, there's a million little Chaos Warbands. It's only like 100 Chaos Space Marines. Well, those like 100 Chaos Space Marines, they have a hard time like trying to do stuff. So it's kind of cool. The main character of those books, his main weapon, isn't even a Night Lord's weapon. It's a power sword he stole from a Blood Angels guy, and he literally has to kill other Night Lords to keep it, because like a good power sword is so hard to come by. They're trying to steal it from him all the time. It's pretty crazy. So, anyways, I'll let you go. I'll probably do another one later on tonight. I don't know what time, but